What's going on, my trainer club? Today I'm going to give you the absolute complete counter guide to Cobalion in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how did you do on all your Regis? And number 2, are you excited for the Cobalion? I am super excited for the new Gen 5 legendaries to start rolling out. However, this one may not be the best one, but it's going to be a new one. So a lot of us are going to be excited, including myself. So drop in the comments and let me know. We're going to start off with everything we need to know, including the 100% IVs. We have the counters, the top counters, the weather conditions, and everything that you need to max out on Cobalion in Pokemon Go. And then I'm going to do the excellent throw tutorial to help you guys out with that, as well as the best of the best series to see where this Pokemon stacks up. Cobalion is going to be with us from November 4th all the way until November 26th, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern, whatever times correlate. But remember, it's going to have a 1-hour hatch incubation window before we can get after it. So we're going to get into those top counters, everything you need to know to make sure you know how to max out the Cobalion in Pokemon Go. So let's go after it. Starting off with the weaknesses and the strengths of Cobalion. Cobalion is going to be a steel and fighting type combination, and it is definitely not the strongest in the attack category. A little bit more heavy in the defense and stamina, but nothing that sits absolutely out of control at the top. So Cobalion can be beaten with 3 quality trainers, meaning really max out guys under cloudy weather with best friends boosts, or 4 to 5 pretty high level trainers with high counters. It really counts about the counters, not necessarily the trainer level. And then if it is not such a high trainer, you can beat it with 5 to 8 players, which is more recommended, right? So it's going to be, like I said, a little bit more defense, a little bit more tankier of a Pokemon rather than an attack heavy Pokemon, which means it's not about getting your guys hit out, it's about if you can beat it in the allotted time that is given. Cobalion is going to be weak to ground, fire, and fighting. It is going to be double resistant to bug, poison, and rock, and then single resistance to dark, dragon, grass, ice, normal, and steel. So it's got a lot of resistances, which is pretty cool. It's pretty unique. I'm excited to see how this Pokemon will perform in PvP. As far as the 100% IVs, it can be caught under normal conditions, level 20, 1727, and then thankfully it is going to be boosted under 2 conditions, which number 1 is going to be cloudy weather, number 2 is going to be snowy weather, which a lot of us in the United States are moving towards the snow. And if you can see over here, we have cloudy weather, so we're going to have a lot of weather boosted Cobalion, which I'm pretty excited about. Can be caught at 2159. So now let's get into the top counters, starting off with the supreme counters in Pokemon Go. So number 1 overall is going to be the Chandelure. Like I said, if you want to check out the best of the best, you can check that out that we did Chandelure in Pokemon Go. It is going to be Fire Spin and Overheat combination. Coming in second is going to be the Entei with the Fire Fang and the Overheat combination. And the third best counter is going to be Heatran with the Fire Spin and the Fire Blast combination. So that's what it's going to do. Pretty surprising to see the Heatran in there. I do have one that I've been kind of considering maxing out. Maybe I will do it for this purpose. And the great counters are going to be starting off with the, can you guess it? It's going to be actually the Blaziken with the counter and the Blast Burn. That is going to be a Community Day Pokemon that you must have the Community Day to make it this effective. And then we have the Flareon with the Fire Spin Overheat combination, followed closely by the Moltres also with the Fire Spin and Overheat. And then we have the Machamp with the Counter Dynamic Punch, followed closely by the Groudon with the Mud Shot in the Earthquake combination, followed then by the Garchomp with the Mud Shot and the Earthquake combination. However, I would recommend saving your Gibbles if you have really good quality ones for the future Community Days, because I would love it to get Earth Power, which would make it a really powerful ground type attacker. And then if you guys want to check out the good counters, I am going to put them up here. I'm not going to cover them in details because I like to stay towards the top. We're going to look at the Hariyama, the Breloom, the Charizard. We are also going to look at the Arcanine, the Toxicroak, and the Typhlosion with the Blast Burn moveset. All right, as far as why these counters are good, I'm going to go over the top 3 for you guys. Chandelure is the best because it takes a 2x reduction in damage from fighting, 1-time reduction in steel. And then the Heatran takes 2x reduction from steel and then a 1-time reduction from the Psychic, which covers 60% of the moveset and is going to be the most potion efficient counter that we have. And then with the Entei, it's going to be a bulkier version of the Moltres, which means it's going to have less deaths overall using less of your potions. And since the Darkrai, I think some of us are going to need to stack up on a little bit of potions, at least myself for sure. As far as the moves go, we have the Zen Headbutt and the Metal Claw for the quick moves, and then we're going to have Close Combat, Iron Head, and Stone Edge. Since the attack stat is not super high, the one thing we do have to point out is that the Stone Edge is going to be super effective damage against our fire type Pokemon, and the Zen Headbutt is going to be super effective against the fighting type Pokemon, which then brings us to what is the best counter, and that's why the Chandelure sits over top, because it doesn't take any type of increased effectiveness to any of the attacks that are going on from the Cobalion. So as far as the boosts, in the Sun, we're gonna get a boost to our fire counters, but keep in mind the Stone Edge, it is a 1-bar charge move, so you can dodge it pretty easily, but that's going to go against those. So if it does have the Stone Edge, maybe not the fire type combination the best moveset to use. And then also in the sunny weather, it is going to give a boost to the ground type Pokemon. So the Groudon is going to be doing more damage in the sun. As far as the partly cloudy, it's going to get a boost to the Stone Edge. As far as the cloudy weather goes, we're going to get a boost to the fighting type. So the fighting type close combat move will get boosted, as well as the fighting type counters will get boosted. And then the rainy weather is not really going to affect this, but the snowy weather, which we guys are going to have, we're going to have a level 25 as far as the Cobalion. Same with the cloudy weather. Both are going to get boosted to level 25. He's stronger. We're going to be able to catch it at level 25, which is the boosted IV. And in the snowy weather, we're going to get a boost to Steel, which means both the Metal Claw and the Iron Head are going to get a boost in Pokemon Go. So it's going to be more effective in the snowy weather. So those are going to be the counters. If you guys are looking to check out the Cobalion, the Terrakion, and the Virirzion, we're going to compare those in a second. I'm going to pull it from my other video. I did a nice comparison of all three of those guys to see what's the best, what's the most upcoming. And I wanted to put it in here because I think I snuck it in there, and I don't know if a lot of people knew that it was in there, so I'm gonna put it at the end of this video as well for you guys to check out if you didn't already see that. So besides that, I'm gonna stay all the way to the top. The only one thing that I would caution is maybe don't use your best Litwick to power up or to evolve, because I think that at some point Litwick is a qualifier for community days, but if you guys want to use it, you can, but just be wary that maybe the 100% you should save for a little bit later, and then maybe power up like a 98 or a 96 right now if that's what you guys are going to do. Or you can always lucky trade them, and then you can power them up and evolve them with that, so it'll take less dust, same amount of candy though, and then that's how we're going to be. So now we're going to check out the comparison of the 3 Trio Swords of Justice, and then we're going to get right back to it. So now we're going to check out the comparison between the Cobalion, the Terrakion, and the Virirzion. All right, so if we're checking out the max CPs, we see that the Terrakion is going to have the highest stats, which also correlates to the highest attack. So the Virirzion and the Cobalion actually have 2 of the exact same stats. They're literally the exact same Pokemon, both going to be unique Pokemon and going to be looking pretty unique for the PvP Great League. I can't wait to see if they come through Research Breakthrough to bless the game in that manner. It's going to be pretty fun. Then the Terrakion, what do we have to do with this guy? So if we compare it to a Machamp, who has a max CP of 3056 compared to 3698, it's obviously going to depend heavily upon the movesets of the Terrakion. The attack of the Terrakion is at 260 compared to the Machamp's, which is 234. We have a defense of 192, which is above the Machamp's at 159, and the stamina is going to be above a little bit by 209 to 207 with the Machamp. So this is going to be sitting really high up there for a fighting attacker. Can't wait to see if this is going to hold weight with the movesets. And we're also going to compare it to the Conkeldurr, which is going to be coming out pretty soon. So we don't know officially these are the stats, but the 3337 is the Conkeldurr 100% IV. It's going to have an attack of 243, which is going to be below the attack of the Terrakion at 260. It has a defense of 158, which is below the Terrakion's of 192, and it has a stamina of 233, which is going to be above the stamina of the Terrakion at 209. So the Terrakion is looking very promising. I can't wait to see what moveset it gets. It definitely could be a pretty unique fighting attacker, and the rock combination could be pretty good as well if you compare it to the Tyranitar. The Tyranitar has a little bit lower of an attack, a little bit higher defense, and a little bit higher stamina, so it's definitely something that could probably hold some weight in the rock category depending on the moveset as well. So these are unique Pokemon. They're definitely not the strongest, obviously, of the Gen 5 as the Dragons are going to be. They're going to be really, really strong. I can't wait to see those guys come out, but obviously they're highly anticipated. So they're probably looking at, my hypothesis is maybe next summer for the Dragons, because they're so powerful, they're going to be so unique, and they're going to be so high demand, so they're really going to create a buzz in the game. But these guys are also pretty unique, and I can't wait to see this Terrakion. The Virirzion and the Cobalion are definitely going to be some Pokemon that are going to be great for the PvP, but unfortunately we're going to have to wait until they get into the Research Breakthrough to put them low enough for the CP to be able to hit that standpoint. That's where I'm sitting, guys. Make sure to look out for the 100% IVs. Make sure to have your counters set up, your parties, and then know the different movesets. Look at what it's recommending. If it's going to be not recommending fire Pokemon, probably has Stone Edge. If it's not going to be recommending fighting Pokemon, probably has the Zen Headbutt as the fast move. So besides that, that's where we're going to sit, and I recommend you guys to have as much fun, take full advantage, use maybe probably not a ton of premium passes, but I would recommend it using your free raid pass per day on the Cobalion, because then we're going to switch over in the near future. So thank you guys for tuning in, all my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members for taking their subscriptions to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.